The Galactic Council chamber fell into absolute silence as the heavy doors slid open. Cristiano walked in first, his boots echoing against the crystalline floor with deliberate, measured steps. Behind him came Jenny, her face carved from stone, carrying a sealed container that made every council member's chromatic force flicker with unease. Ambassador Quelix of the Harmonious Collective tried to maintain diplomatic composure. Humans, you have requested an emergency session. The council grants you. We didn't request anything, Cristiano interrupted, his voice cold enough to frost the atmospheric processes. We're here to deliver a message. Jenny stepped forward and placed the container on the chamber floor with a metallic clang that reverberated through every translator in the room. The seals hissed open, and Officer Jocrin's severed head rolled out onto the polished surface, her compound eyes frozen in permanent shock. The chamber erupted. Quelix's tentacles writhed in horror. The methane breather's envoy released a cloud of distress pheromones. 3 junior diplomats fainted simultaneously. What is the meaning of this barbarism? Councillor Vexton demanded, his voice translator crackling with rage. You bring this to the council chambers. Officer Jacqueline was a decorated member of the peacekeeping corps. She was a child killer, Jenny said simply, her words cutting through the chaos like a thermal blade through tissue paper. Cristiano pulled up a holographic display. The footage showed a human settlement on Colony World, 7 Terra Nova. Children played in a courtyard while adults worked nearby. Then Officer Jocrin appeared, her mandibles clicking in irritation at the noise. A small girl, no more than 6 years old, accidentally bumped into the officer while chasing a ball. What happened next made several council members look away. Jocrin struck the child with the electro-baton meant for subduing armed criminals. The little girl's scream was cut short as 50,000 volts coursed through her tiny body. She collapsed like a broken doll. Medical reports, Jenny continued, her voice never wavering though her hands trembled slightly, show that little Sarah Martinez died after 3 days of agony. Her organs shut down one by one. She called for her mother until the very end. It was an accident, Quelix protested weakly. Officer Jocrin filed a report stating the child attacked her. The child was carrying a foam ball, Cristiano said, his tone dropping to something dangerous. She weighed 30 kilograms. Officer Jocrin was a fully armored enforcement agent with chitinous plating that could withstand small arms fire. Tell me, Ambassador, which part of that sounds like a threat requiring lethal force? Vexton attempted to regain control. Even if we accept your version of events, this vigilante action is unacceptable. There are proper channels, legal procedures. We used them, Jenny interrupted. For 6 months, we filed complaints, submitted evidence, requested investigations. Do you know what happened? She pulled up another display showing official rejection after rejection, each stamped with council seals. Insufficient evidence, cultural misunderstanding, officer's word takes precedence. Jenny's voice finally cracked with emotion. That little girl's death was ruled accidental, and Jocrin was transferred to another colony with full honors. Cristiano stepped closer to the council podium. You keep calling Earth a death world. You label us primitive because we evolved in a hostile environment. You think we're barbaric because we survived predators, diseases, and disasters that would have wiped out your civilizations before they learned to make fire. He gestured to Jocrin's head. But here's what you don't understand about Deathworlders. We protect our young at any cost. It's not cultural. It's coded into our DNA through millions of years of survival. You threaten our children, You don't get a trial. You get what she got. This is outrageous. Vexton bellowed. You cannot come before this council and threaten. It's not a threat, Jenny said quietly. It's a promise. Earth is withdrawing from the Galactic Accord effective immediately. The chamber fell silent again. But this time, the quality of the silence was different, fearful. Quellix's translator stammered, You cannot. Earth needs the council. Trade routes, technology transfers, defense pacts. No, Cristiano said. You need us. Humans make up 70% of your peacekeeping forces because none of your species can handle combat. We crew your mining operations in radiation zones that would kill your workers in minutes. We do the jobs your civilized species won't touch. Jenny picked up the container. As of this moment, every human in council service is being recalled. Every human colony is closing its borders. You want to know what happens when you take the Deathworlders out of your equation? You're about to find out. They turned to leave, but Cristiano paused at the door. One more thing. Jocrine had time to scream for mercy. We gave her 3 days, just like Sarah. We wanted her to understand what that child felt. As the doors closed behind them, Ambassador Quellix slumped in his seat. Within hours, the council would receive reports. Human crewed ships abandoning their posts. Human colonies activating defense shields. Human soldiers walking away from peacekeeping, missions in active war zones. The Galactic Council had always known humans were dangerous. They just never realized how much civilization had been built on the restraint of Deathworlders who chose cooperation over conquest. Now, that restraint was gone. And with it, the illusion of safety in the aftermath. As cleanup crews dealt with Jocrine's remains, a junior diplomat discovered something chilling in the human delegation's departure logs. Jenny and Cristiano hadn't come alone. Outside the council station, 200 human warships waited in perfect formation. They had been prepared for war if diplomacy failed. They still might get it, on Earth. In a small cemetery, fresh flowers appeared on Sarah Martinez's grave. No name was attached to them, but the cards simply read, Justice served. Rest now, little one. The Deathworlders had spoken. The galaxy would never forget.